All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here live at the Laughlin Center here in the Gaston Arena. My name is Jared Glassford, coming to you live for night home game number 2 of the volleyball season as the Blackburn College Beavers coming to town to take on your Lady Red Lions of Lincoln Christian University. So glad that you guys could join us here for a little pregame action. Both teams coming into this matchup with not a lot of success coming out, not a lot of success out of the gates, as both of them posting an 0-6 record. So not a lot of success. In fact, very little as far as wins and losses go, but still a long way to go for Blackburn College, coming off a fresh loss, getting swept by Concordia of Chicago, and that was by way of a 3-0. And not right now. Right now, Blackburn looking for some answers, but so are the Red Lions. Come on, also 3 in a row times they have been, or excuse me, 3 times in a row this season they have been swept, coming off of a loss to Lincoln College. That game was Saturday here on the Red Line Network by way of 3-1. So both teams looking for some answers, looking to get their first win. Somebody going to walk away with it. We got about 10 minutes here till starting lineups. Hope you guys will stick around. Thank you for tuning in right now here on the Red Lion Network. Pause 1 second for opening ceremonies. Dan, I better see an A plus fade. A plus what? A plus fade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Laughlin Center for tonight's volleyball action between the Lady Beavers of Blackburn College and the Lincoln Christian University Red Lions. And at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and please face the flag located on the eastern side of the gymnasium for the saying of prayer, followed by our national anthem. Please pray with me. God, we'd like to thank you for just a beautiful day outside, and thank you for allowing our friends from Blackburn College to travel here safely. God, I pray that you can keep all the athletes safe throughout tonight's contest. I pray that at the end of the day that you may be glorified and that you may be honored by what takes place. We love you. We call these things in the holy and mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem, sung tonight by LCU volleyball player and sophomore Freddie Knoll. Now let's meet the starting lineup first for the visiting Blackburn College Beavers. A 5'10 senior from Hampshire, Illinois, number 8, Lucy Magnuson. A 5'9 senior from Gaze, Illinois, number 10, Casey Bean. A 5'10 sophomore from Shelbyville, Illinois, number 11, Kylie Marty. A 5'9 junior from Shelbyville, Illinois, number 12, Elizabeth Boyer. A 5'11 freshman from Belleville, Illinois, number 13, Jessica Muckensturm. A 5'8 junior from St. Charles, Missouri, number 15, Sabrina Kelsey. And LeBaron tonight for the Lady Beavers, a 5'6 junior from Reno, Nevada, number 5, Autumn Wilson. And now, the starting lineup for your LCU Red Lions. A 5'9 sophomore from Havana, Illinois, number 1, Tracy Bologna. A 5'10 sophomore from Groveland, Illinois, number 6, Phoebe Olden. A 5'9 sophomore from Kankakee, Illinois, number 10, Lee Claggett. A 5'9 senior from Fulton, Illinois, number 15, Jordan Price. A 5'2 sophomore from Hebron, Indiana, number 17, Franny Knoll. And a 6'1 freshman from Sisney, Illinois, number 18, Jocelyn Hall. LeBaron today for the Lady Red Lions, a 5'1 senior from Albion, Illinois, number 3, Karis Horton. The Lady Red Lions are coached by Joey McCauley. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here at the Laughlin Center for tonight's volleyball matchup between the visiting Blackburn College Lady Beavers and your Lincoln Christian University Red Lions. I'm Jared Glassford. So glad that you guys could join us here on the Red Lion Network, here for home match number 2 on the year here at the Laughlin Center inside Gaston Arena. Both teams coming into this matchup at 0-6 record, so one of the teams coming out with the first win of the season. It'll be an interesting one at that. Blackburn College, the Beavers will get the opening serve. They'll begin things underway with their white uniforms. And we have sit back there sophomore Kylie Marty from Shelbyville, Illinois, will get things started here in tonight's match. LCU will receive. It'll be 0-0, and here we go. The opening serve up, controlled by Horton. Horton gets into Cleggett, hits in the middle to Price. Price hits into shallow Beaver territory, and they're going to get set up. The hit that time by Boyer, dug up on the ground by Lania. Price gets another attempt at it. Sloto's miscommunication as Boyer sends it back over. And here we go, Cleggett in the middle to Price, and Price gets it up, but unable to be dug up by Kylie Marty, and LCU strikes first here in the match as we get a first substitution of the day. It's Emily King, the sophomore from New Berlin, Illinois, by way of New Berlin High School, checks in, which will bring us to the first service opportunity for LCU, and it'll be Tracy Bologna, the 5'9" sophomore from Havana, Illinois, by way of Havana High School, coming in. A lot of returners, almost essentially the same team as LCU is returning. Just lost the services of a couple people. As right there, the point, and that's an ace recorded by Bologna. Make it 2-0 Red Lions. Only losing a couple people from last year's team to this year's team, but a couple very talented freshmen joining the squad as well. So LCU looking to rebound after a slow start to the season as Bologna unable to put the serve over the net. And we substitute now. LCU coming in is Michaela Fultz, the senior from Mattoon, Illinois, by way of Lakeland College. It'll be a 1-2 now. Here we go. Elizabeth Boyer set to serve. A low-flying serve, and LCU able to return. Olden takes a swing. And they're going to say point goes to the Beavers. And this game is now tied at 2 apiece. And you cannot hit the candy cane stripe pulls on either side of the net by way of NAIA rules, I guess, or any rules, according to the great sport of volleyball. So here we go. Cleggett puts it up. Price serves it back over. Blackburn now under control. Boyer hits it in LCU territory. Good dig up at that time by Fultz. Nearly hit the deck on LCU territory. Fultz again gets it over to Cleggett. Cleggett off the hands of the Beaver defenders, and they're going to have to set up shop again. And he can't go through the net, got to go over as Casey Bean fails to get it through, and that'll be a point in possession for LCU. As Madeline Luchte, coming in, the defensive specialist from Matt, Michigan. And here we go now. Kelsey hits it into LCU territory off the block. Nobody backing up right there, and the point's going to fall back in a tie ball game in favor of nobody as Blackburn ties it back up. First game of the season, folks. Still getting in the swing of things. Libero Autumn Wilson from Reno, Nevada, set to get things underway. The serve up. Price, left side to Olden. Olden met by a couple blockers, but they're able to retain possession, and that goes way out of bounds. In a weight room infraction by the Beavers, ends up in an LCU point. They lead 4-3 now. And checking into the game for LCU is Emily Kuhn from Mattoon, Illinois. Also sent back to serve number 16, Carissa Bowman from Lincoln, Illinois, by way of the Lincoln Christian, or at least Lincoln Community High School. So the former rail splitter serves this one out of bounds. It'll be 4-4. Substitution coming in as Kylie Marty checks back in. Set back into service is Lucy Magnuson, the senior from Hampshire, Illinois. So here we go. Serve up. Bowman. And they're going to say she hit that. She had the double hit right there. Yep. So we have a lead change as the Beavers take their first lead here in set number 1. They lead now 5-4. Here we go now. It'll be set up. Magnuson once again is back at service. Magnuson, a low-flying serve, hits it up. Bowman hits to the left side of Kuhn. Kuhn takes a monster swing and scores to tie the game up once again for LCU. So sub coming in now is Carly Herman, the senior from Colchester, Illinois, by West Prairie High School coming in. That'll mean Phoebe Olden set back to serve. Will be 5-5. Here we go. Lofty serve, and that one going to be returned. Left side right there, hits in the hands as they go back over. Bowman, front to Price. Price hits it up that time to Herman. Herman goes back to Marty, and that'll be returned as Bowman returns it on the outside of the pull as Blackburn College reclaims the lead. Is Elizabeth Boyer going to check back in? So Sabrina Kelsey now, the junior from St. Charles, Missouri, by way of DeKrib High School. She's a homeschooler coming in to serve. High lofty serve at that, and it's going to be returned. Bowman over to Bologna. Bologna finds the sweet spot in the defense. It scores for LCU, and we're tied once again at 6 apiece. So that'll bring into the service by way of Brescia University, Karis Horton, the senior for LCU, one of the a couple seniors that we have on the team. Horton hits it up to Bowman. Bowman finds Kuhn. Kuhn takes another swing and scores for the Lady Red Lions. So Emily Kuhn now with a pair of kills for the ladies in red as we go back into service. It'll be 7-6. And here we go now. Horton on the serve. Lines it up. Hit back up in the air. He has to get a back row hit that time by Herman. Good offense or set up that time by LCU. Is that one hits the deck. Access denied, gives the point and the side out possession back in favor of the Beavers. So Jessica Muckensturm coming back. The freshman from Belleville, Illinois, just outside of St. Louis. Here we go. Bowman back to Kuhn. Kuhn once again, and she's got 3 kills now in this one. As a substitution coming in, Franny Null, number 17, and number 10, Lee Cleggett. Now, Franny Null, one of the best servers in all of NAI volleyball a year ago, coming into service now for the Red Lions. As we're making sure that a ball is not in the field of play. Don't want anyone to get hurt out here. Here we go. 8-7. Null of laser beam serve. Gets it back over as Price. And the simple gets it done right there. Jordan Price hits it right back down into Blackburn College territory. It'll be 9-7 now. Here we go. Null on the serve. Right to left hit, and they're going to say that is out of bounds, says line judge Henry Strupp. It is now 9-8. Give the line judges a couple shout-outs. We got over on the left side LCU territory from Wisconsin. You got good old Henry Strupp on the Blackburn College side of things. We got Jace Loebner. So a couple Wisconsin boys coming here to the Prairie of Illinois. Line judge tonight doing an excellent job here so far. Here we go. 8-9. Cleggett up in the air, finds Price. Price throws it way out of bounds right there, and we're back to a tie ball game at 9 apiece. So Kylie Marty, the Shelbyville, Illinois native, back to serve. Second serve, high lofty one in shallow LCU territory. Cleggett back to Bologna. Bologna swinging hit, gets it over into Blackburn territory. The hit attempt right there by Bean, able to return. Cleggett in the middle of the Price. Access denied. Price once again throws it out of bounds. Make it now 10-9 in favor of the Lady Beavers. And here we go. Marty serve up in the air. Cleggett right side that time to Bologna, and Bologna is going to get charged with the double hit. And now a 3-0 run by Blackburn College has them in a 2-point lead, make it 11-9. And here we go now, the serve up, high lofty one. Horton has it, gives it to Cleggett, back to Bologna. Bologna swings it out of bounds. And now a 4-0 run for LCU. And Coach McCauley wants a timeout. Or excuse me, a point goes in favor of LCU, but Coach McCauley still wants a timeout. So we'll be back here in just a moment. 11-10 in favor of Blackburn College. You're watching LCU Volleyball here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11-10 here in set number one of tonight's match in favor of the Lady Beavers of Blackburn College. It's checking in for BC, number 16, Emily King. So Tracy Bologna, we're back to where we started coming in. The sophomore from Vanna, Illinois, on the serve. And here we go. The hit up that time by Bean. Gives it back to LCU. Cleggett, left side hit by Olden. Olden goes up the fingertips of Sabrina Kelsey that time and goes out of bounds. And we have a tie ball game at 11 apiece now. So here we go. Bologna. Line drive serve. Kelsey gets it over. Finds the Magnuson in the middle. And that goes off of the block attempt and ends up out of bounds. So Blackburn gets another point as Michaela Foltz checks in. Tracy Bologna checks out. It is now 12, serving 11. So Boyer kicks it up. Cleggett, left side, goes to the right side, right side to left. And then another access denied. So a lot of blocks. Right now the Beavers being very active near the net for Blackburn. LCU just unable, found the sweet spot a couple times, but unable the last couple attempts to get the kill. So here we go. Price, right on cue. Jordan Price, one of the best volleyball players in all of the NAIA, gets the kill and is now 13-11. So we go now, 11 serving 13. 12 serving 13. So we're getting the scoreboard underway. So we got substitution, Bologna checking in and checking right back out almost. Man, I'm still trying to get used to things in the libero swap right there. He's now 14 serving 12. Cleggett goes up in the air. That time finds Hall in the middle. Here we go now. Olden off the net, and they're going to say there's 4 hits on that one. And the point goes in favor of Blackburn, and they go up by 3 now, make it 15-12. So we know now the libero Anna Wilson on the serve. Dug up and returned over, a little misdirection right there by Lee Cleggett. Blackburn tries something of their own. Hall right in the middle. Has her kill attempt blocked and will be returned that time. LCU ball now. Cleggett in the middle of Jocelyn Hall. Jocelyn Hall awarded the kill for LCU. And a pair of substitutions now. Emily Kuhn and Carissa Bowman check it back in. Those of you who don't know, distance from Lincoln High School to LCU is about 1 mile. So not a huge move for Carissa Bowman as she hits that one out of bounds to make it now 16-13. So here we go now. Lucy Magnuson. It's up in the air. Here we go. Olden in the middle of Bowman. Bowman finds Price and she shoves that over. The running hit that time. Price, free ball up in the air. That time to Kelsey. Kelsey, a swarm of LCU players go underneath that one, and their point going to go to the Red Lions. They're going to call the double hit there. And that'll bring Carly Herman back in. The senior from Colchester, Illinois. And bring Phoebe Olden back into service. So it'll be 14 serving 16. Olden, the serve goes to the left side. Hit up in the air and access to net that time by Kuhn. Here we go now. Olden, hit up in the air, finds Bowman. Bowman back to Kuhn, and Kuhn unable to get underneath that one to make it now 17-14 in favor of Blackburn. Let's check it back into the game. Elizabeth Boyer, middle outside hitter from Shelbyville. It's set back to serve is Sabrina Kelsey. Kelsey, a long serve right there. Jordan Price had to back up to go get that one. And good spot right there by Bologna. Is Kelsey not able to get underneath that one. And the lead cut down to 2 now. That'll bring up Karis Horton into service for the Red Lions. Here we go, the serve by Horton. Kelsey up in the air, gives it back over to Boyer, and Boyer has awarded the point off the block from LCU. Making it now 18-15. Those of you unaware with NAI volleyball, first 1 to 25 wins, got to win by 2. And that is how you get a set. Here we go. Bowman back over to Price. Price hits in the shallow Blackburn territory, and it's going to be returned. Bowman another swing in the middle of Price. Price tries to get over the top of the Blackburn defense, unable to that time. Kuhn takes a violent swing and scores for the Lady Red Lions. And LCU once again knocking on the door as Null and Clay come back in. And a couple times now, LCU had the answer to not get this game too far gone. But let's see if they can cut this down to just a point. Null, the service goes over. And that's not going to be able to return as Kelsey couldn't get underneath of that one. And it's now a 1-point game. Here we go. It'll be 17 serving 18. Null on the serve. Keeps it up that time as Bean gets it over to Marty. Here we go now. Claggett in the middle of Price. Price pushes it over. Blackburn, high hit up in the air, going to give it back over to LCU. Horton, back to Claggett. Little libero swap right there, but nobody, or I should say a lot of people going, but nobody able to get underneath of that one for LCU. And the point goes back in favor of the Beavers. It is now 19-17. That'll bring up Kylie Martin, serve. Here we go now. Good shot that time by Jordan Price to cut the lead back to 1. As King comes in for Blackburn College. Here we go. LCU now in possession. 18-19. Bologna on the serve. In the middle, hit that drive to Magnuson. Horton, left side to Olden. Olden takes a swing. and nobody could get underneath of that one, and we have ourselves a tie ball game at 19 apiece. Here we go now. 19-0, Bologna on the serve. Left side hit that time by Boyer. Claggett hits it back in the air. Olden hits it into shallow defense for the Beavers. Claggett hits in the middle of Price. Price has the hot hand, and LCU has just reclaimed the lead. So the Lady Red Lions now just 5 points away from taking set number 1. Here we go now. Bologna on the serve. And Bologna not going to be able to control that one, and it is now 20 apiece. As Sheet checks out and Michaela Fultz checks in. And that'll bring up Elizabeth Boyer. Back to serve now. Be 20 all. Boyer, a low serve right there, but does the trick. They give it to Price in the middle. Price picked up that time by Wilson, the libero. They go back to her. Horton hits it to Claggett. Claggett left side to Olden. Olden hits it into shallow territory for Blackburn. And that time, Sabrina Kelsey is not able to lift that one over the net. And it's now 21-20 in favor of LCU. So that time Madeline Lutke check it back in. And here we go. Price, ball up in the air. Gotta be returns. Kelsey goes back to Lutke. And we go back over now. Claggett in the middle. Hall takes a swing. Good volley going there so far as Olden takes another swing, and that one goes out of bounds to tie it once again at 21 apiece. So Fultz out, Bologna in, which means Horton coming in on her back row spot. And here we go, the libero Autumn Wilson set to serve 21, serving 21. Claggett in the middle of the Hall. Hall off the block that time by Blackburn. Gonna be hit up in there, Kelsey. Kelsey tries to shove that one over. Gotta be returned as Olden hits the candy cane stripe pull and make it now 22-21 in favor of the Beavers. All right. So here we go. Hall, and that one stuck right at the net. They're able to hit back up in the air, and Price can't get under that one. And Coach McCauley calls timeout as his team leads or trails 23-21. We'll be back here in just a moment for the end of set number 1 here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after the timeout. As we're coming down to the wire here in set number 1. A couple of 0-6 teams eager to get their first victory here tonight. So every set is precious. Here we go. That serve way over the backside of the LCU territory to cut the lead down to just 1, make it 23-22. LCU goes back into service. Here we go now. Carissa Bowman set to serve. Good serve, going to be returned. Good hit that time by Lucy Magnuson. And Horton can't get her that one. It is now set point for Blackburn College. Here we go. 24 serving 22, set point on the line. Horton can't get a hold of that one, and that'll conclude the first set. So Blackburn College takes set number 1 by a score of 25-23. So that'll conclude set number 1. We have at least 2 more to go coming at you. We'll be back here in just a moment for the conclusion, or for the rest of the set here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to set number 2 here on the Red Line Network. If you're just tuning in, the Beavers of Blackburn College took set number 1 by a score of 25-23. In a back and forth affair to take set number 1. For those of you unaware, in the good old sport of volleyball, it is a best 3 out of 5 affair, so you got them first one to 25. Got to win by 2, wins the set. Got to win 3 sets out of 5, and that's how you claim the match. And LCU gets the first point here in set number 2, which will put them back into service. Here we go now. Franny Knoll set to serve. Goes over. Hit that time by Kelsey. Kelsey that time finds Magnuson in the middle, and Magnuson puts it just out of the reach of Karis Horton. They make it now 1-1. So here we go now, as the Beavers will be back at control. Autumn Wilson set to serve things away. Just making sure the books are in order right here. Got to say, it is so great to have people back into the stands here in the Laughlin Center for games this year. It's felt like last year it was kind of awkward just, shouting into an empty gym, but I appreciate all you guys tuning in last year as well as this year. But it is so good. I'll take less viewers if it means that we have people live in attendance. So I'm very thankful the fans come back here. They bring so much life and energy here at the sporting events. And thank you all for watching at home as well. Couldn't do this without you. And it is now 2-2 in favor of nobody. Tie things up. Bologna on the serve. Kelsey pops it back, one in the air. Going to be returned by LCU. Claggett, left side to Olden. Olden takes a swing, and that goes way out of bounds. And now Blackburn claims the lead. They're up by 1, make it 3-2. As Michaela Fultz will check in. Is Lucy Magnuson, the senior from Hampshire, Illinois. Set to serve. So Magnuson gets it over. Claggett in the middle, gives it to Price. Price pushes it home and going to be returned. Null back in the air, gives it to Price, and Price goes out of bounds. Make it now 4-2 in favor of the Lady Beavers of Blackburn College. Also going to give the ball chasers a shout out. We got Evan Noggle over on the right side and Jansen Floto over the left side. So a basketball and baseball player coming at you. So a very good mixture of people, all the athletes shipping in here. The family that is LCU Sports. Here we go now, 5-2. Claggett over to Olden. Olden puts it over. Yes, Kelsey hits that one time to Marty. Marty gives it back to LCU. Claggett goes in the air. Phoebe Olden left side hit. Kelsey once again. Marty once again. Both teams going out a good volley so far, and access denied. The block going to be awarded that time by Jessica Muckenstrom. And she gets the block and the point. And off a 4-0 run, it is now 6-2 in favor of the Beavers. Olden hits it up. It's Autumn Wilson, the libero, the rare libero return. Gets Price, gets in the sweet spot. Another block that time by Muckenstrom. As Olden going to go outside. It is now 7-2 in favor of Blackburn College. So LCU with their backs against the wall early here in set number 2. Blackburn College with all the momentum. LCU got to dig themselves out of this one as Horton goes way out of bounds. Timeout going to be called by Coach McCauley as he finds himself with an 8-2 deficit to deal with in this one. And we'll be back here in just a moment here on the Red Line Network. And we're back. As LCU with a very slow start, they find themselves trailing 2-8. And here we go. See if we can dig ourselves out of this one. Olden That's how you get out of the slump right there. And after a 5-0 run, LCU able to come out of the gates and get a quick point and the possession off the side out. So here we go now. Jordan Price, the senior from Fulton, Illinois, on the serve. Herman gets it up. Get the left side right there to Marty. Marty gets it in. Excellent scramble play right there by LCU, and that's returned. Kelsey hits it over that time to Marty again. The Kelsey-Marty connection strong, but that time not going to be able to get up and top over the net. And opposed to contrary to popular belief, can't go through the net. Not soccer, got to go over. So the point goes to LCU, and they go on themselves a nice little 2-0 run. So here we go now. 4 serving 8. Excellent hit right there. Wilson gets it back. Claggett in the middle that time to Hall. And Hall strikes pay dirt for LCU there and make it now a 3-0 run for the Lady Red Lions. Price on the serve. High lofty serve that one, and that one not going to be able to return. Make it a 4-0 run for the Red Lions. And oh, how the turntables here. LCU with all the momentum now. Make it to 6-2. Here we go. Price again on the serve. Kelsey gets to the middle that time to Boyer. Boyer knocks it up to LCU. Olden takes another swing and lands it pay dirt. Make it now 7-8. LCU cut the lead down to just 1. And off of a 5-0 run, a bullet serve that time by Jordan Price. Kelsey back in the air, gives it to Muckenstrom. Muckenstrom, we got a free ball at the net. Claggett, left side to Olden. Olden takes a swing, and that's denied off the net. Try number 2. Hall takes a swing. Excellent scramble play, but they're going to call the double hit. And we have ourselves a tie ball game at 8 apiece here in set number 2. Blackburn coach electing not to take the timeout. So we play on as Price throws it way out of bounds to make it now at 9-8, back in favor of the Lady Beavers. As Horton comes in off the Libero Swamp and Elizabeth Boyer checks in for the Beavers. So that'll bring up Sabrina Kelsey, the center from St. Charles, Missouri, back to serve. Price up to Claggett. Claggett goes left side to Olden. Olden takes a swing. Scramble play that time for the Beavers is effective as Hall tries to push it over to the shallow middle. Wilson up in the air. And Kylie and Marty award the point off the block attempt by LCU. And the Beavers go back up by 2. So here we go now, 10th serving 8. Ball up in the air. Here we go now. Claggett in the middle, left side to Olden. Olden goes off the net. They make it a 3-0 run now for the Beavers. So Sabrina Kelsey, the center, back to serve. Serve up on its way, and that goes way out of bounds. Too much weight room on that one, and it goes back to just a 3-point deficit. So here we go now, Carissa Bowman in for the Lady Red Lions, and she goes back to serve. Kelsey, left side that time to Muckenstrom. Muckenstrom turns it back. Olden once again hits on the left side. Wilson Hits in the air to Boyer. Boyer able to return that one. Bowman in the middle. Goes back to Phoebe Olden. Good volley right here for both teams. Price in the air. Back to Olden on the swinging hit. So excellent scramble play as Boyer has her access denied. And LCU scores to cut the lead down to 2. Here we go. It'll be, down to 1. Pardon your announcer, as it is 10-11. Hit right there by Muckenstrom. Hits it back in the air. Bowman to Kuhn. Kuhn takes a swinging hit. Finds Wilson in the center. Wilson goes back over to Boyer. Bowman, Price, Olden. Both teams doing a good job at just overall play right now. They're going to stay off the tip. And Kuhn can't get it over the top of the net. Make it 12-10 in favor of Blackburn College. So here we go now, 12 serving 10. Here we go now. As Hall takes a swing. Back up in the net. Hall once again. It's Smeds up play that time by Jocelyn Hall. And she gets the point for LCU to cut the lead back to 1. And now the sophomore from Groveland, Illinois by way of Morton High School, Phoebe Olden, back to serve. And here we go now. Bean hits it over. Bowman in the center. Kuhn off the couple blocks by the Blackburn defenders. Goes back over now. Bowman, Olden, Price. In that order, puts it back over into Blackburn territory as Kylie Marty on the return. An excellent play right there by LCU to put the ball back up in the air. And Sabrina Kelsey, the mishandle, ties the game at 12 apiece. Here we go now. Olden on the serve, 12-all. Kelsey in the middle. Blocked that time by Jocelyn Hall. And LCU with their first lead here in set number 2. Olden on the serve. Good serve, going to be returned. Hit that time on the left side by Bean. Bologna puts it back over. Kelsey tries to play right of the net, and the free ball attempt over top of the net, and LCU goes up by 2. And here we go. It is now a 2-point game, 14 serving 12. Olden on the serve. Good center to left serve at that one. Here we go now. Marty denied by Bologna, and LCU with a 3-point advantage. Timeout going to be taken by Blackburn College, their first, as they find themselves trailing 12-15 in favor of your Red Lions. And we're going to take a break ourselves. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Red Line Network. Welcome back after a Blackburn College timeout. As LCU with their largest lead here in set number 2 as they go up 15-12. Student section getting fired up here. Olden on the serve. Wilson hits it over to Casey Bean, and Casey Bean can't put it over. LCU goes up by 4 now, make it 16-12. LCU with a ton of talent on the roster, just need to put it all together, and they're firing at all cylinders here. But Blackburn halts the run at least for a moment as they score to cut the lead down to 3. Lucy Magnuson coming in, and set back to serve is Kylie Marty. Sophomore from Shelbyville, Illinois, by way of Shelbyville High School. Bowman into Kuhn. Too much weight room on that one. Goes out of bounds, and the lead now to 2 for LCU, make it 16-14. So Marty on the serve. Dug up by Hall. Hall to Bowman. Left side to Bologna, and Bologna can't quite get that one over the net. It's just a 1-point lead now for LCU, 16-15. So here we go. It'll be 15 serving 16. A bullet serve in LCU territory, going to be picked up and returned. And nobody after that one. A total miscommunication by way of the Red Lions, and it is a tie ball game at 16 apiece. So we go. Olden hits him in the air. Back to Olden. As Casey trying to put it back in, and as Kylie Marty just whips on that one, and the point goes back in favor of the Red Lions. It's still back to a 1-point lead. Set back to serve, Karis Horton. 17 serving 16. Is being posted up, and Olden can't get underneath that one. And that's back to being a tie ball game at 17 apiece. We're going to Elizabeth Boyer set to serve. Bowman hits it back, and she backed up into the net there. And a tiebreaker goes in favor of BC, make it 18-17. Here we go now. Boyer on the serve. Horton, Bowman, Price in that order, but the block attempt that time by Sabrina Kelsey puts it back into LCU territory inbounds. And now 19-17 is Coach McCauley going to call timeouts. And we will be back in a moment. You're watching LCU Volleyball on the Red Line Network. As we come back to the action, Blackburn College with a 2-point lead, and that's 19-17, as well as the ball. And the service up in the air. Karis Horton gives it back to Carissa Bowman. And Bowman, for the second time tonight, backs up into the net and gives the points in favor of the Beavers. So now just 5 points away from taking set number 2 is Blackburn College. Boyer on the serve. Carissa Bowman to Jordan Price. And her kill attempt going to be dug up and returned as Bean returns that one. And nobody able to get underneath of that one. It is a 21-17 game. And here we go now. 21 serving 17. Bowman, left side to Bologna. Bologna into shallow Blackburn territory. Pre-ball up at the net, lands in LCU land. It is now 22-17 in favor of the Beavers. Here we go now. Jessica Muckensturm. As Olden on the hit. Muckensturm gives it right back to Reed. Reed gives it over, and nobody able to get underneath of that one to make it 23-17. Blackburn rolling right now, as they're just 2 points away from taking set number 2 and going up 2-0 in the series. Here we go. Kuhn. Excellent spot in that time by Emily Kuhn to halt the run at least for a little bit. It's now 23-18. Franny Null, sophomore from Hebron, Indiana, by way of Lowell High School. It's the former Red Devil, present Red Lion, back on the serve. Hit up to Bean. Bean gives it to Horton. To Price. Left side to, and that time to, Tracy Bologna. Gonna be sent back. Horton up in the air. Claggett throws it back over into Blackburn territory. But excellent spot right there, and it is now set point for the Beavers. Here we go now. Libero Autumn Wilson back in service. 24 serving 18. Claggett in the middle of Jordan Price. Price gives it back to Kelsey. Kelsey to Wilson. Up, free ball up in the nets. Lands in LCU territory. Bologna. Ball was tipped. Bologna once again. Here we go now. Price gets that one back over. Kelsey hit in the middle that time to Magnuson. And Magnuson puts it out of reach of Karis Horton. And it is over in set number 2 by way of score of 25-19. So Blackburn College takes a 2-0 lead. We'll be back here for set number 3 in just a moment on the Red Lion Network. Welcome, everybody, to set number 3 here at the Laughlin Center. Thank you for tuning in on the Red Line Network. I'm Sport Assistant, Sports Information Director Jared Glassford. If you're just tuning in, Blackburn College with a 2-0 lead by winning the first set 25-23. Its second set 25-19. And they start off 1-0 here at set number 3. So right now, if you're LCU, back fully against the wall as you find yourself down 2-0. Drop one more, and the match is done for the evening. Blackburn, just keep doing what you're doing right now, and you'll walk away with your first victory of the season. So we'll see if LCU can rebound here in this one as they tie it back up at 1 apiece. Is Emily King going to check in now? Here we go now, Bologna on the serve. Kelsey hits it over that time, and they're going to say out of bounds off the hands of Olden and Price. Making out 2-1 as Michaela Fultz checks in. Bringing now Elizabeth Boyer, junior from Shelbyville, Illinois, back to serve. Ball up in the air to Olden. Olden finds a sweet spot in the defense and ties the game back up at 2 apiece. There's a substitution. Madeline Lutke coming in for Blackburn College. So Jordan Price, senior from Fulton, Illinois, back to serve. Got to be returned to that one. Free ball up in the net, and no communication there by Blackburn. Ends up in a 3-2 lead now for LCU. So Jordan Price, the senior from Webster, coming out by way of transfer from Webster University. Glad that she is a Red Lion here as we go on. Good push that time by Olden. Kelsey. Left side to Casey Bean. They're going to call a double hit that time by LCU as we have ourselves the tie ball game up at 3 apiece. It's Michaela Fultz coming out. Tracy Bologna checking in. And checks right back out. And you'd think I'd be used to that libero swap by now, but oh well, first game of the season for me. We'll get used to it. Here we go. Claggett throws it right back down into Blackburn territory. Claggett again. Up in the air to Phoebe Olden. Olden takes a swing. Gives it back into the hands of the Beavers. And that time, Jessica Muckensturm can't get it back over the net. So the point goes in favor of LCU. It's sent back up to serve now, Carissa Bowman. Before serving 3. Bowman serve into the back row of Beaver territory. Free ball up in the net. Hall to Kuhn. Kuhn slams it down, going to be up and returned. As here we go now. And that ball out of the reach of Karis Horton. And it's a tie ball game at 4 apiece. Checking in now for the Beavers is number 11, Kylie Marty. It's Lucy Magnuson back to serve. Bowman to Kuhn. Kuhn hits it up. Price up in the air. Gives it back over to the hands of Olden. Olden just out of the reach of Autumn Wilson. And LCU goes back up by 1, make it 5-4. As Phoebe Olden now on the serve. As that ball nearly got Olden right in the shoulder, but she's able to put a little momentum on that one, but not enough to put it back over the net. And as it, we are tied at 5 apiece. Check it back into the game, Elizabeth Boyer. Back to serve, though, is Sabrina Kelsey, the 5'8" junior from St. Charles, Missouri. Bowman in the middle to Kuhn. Kuhn takes a swing. and scores for LCU. Set back to serve now is Karis Horton. So back and forth contest so far. It'll be 6 serving 5. And here we go. As Elizabeth Boyer hits it down just out of the reach of Tracy Bologna to tie this game back up at 6 apiece. And neither team getting far away from the other so far. As that ball goes out of bounds, make it now 7-6. As Franny Nall and Lee Cleggett check in for the Red Lions, and Nall goes back into service. Should be 7 serving 6. Kelsey over to Marty. Marty gets it over. Nall left side to Bologna. Bologna tries to push left to right with that one. And that ball goes out of bounds. LCU now with a 2-0 run. As they lead now 8-6. Kelsey in the middle of Boyer. Boyer back to Olden. Beaver ball now. Wilson. Marty gonna return, but that lands inbounds, and the point goes over to BC. His excellent spot right there by Jordan Price to extend the lead back up to 2. As Emily Kling will check back in to the game for Blackburn College. Here we go now. Tracy Bologna on the serve. The Havana, Illinois native, too much mustard on that one. Goes out of bounds. Make it now 9-8. So Elizabeth Boyer back in service. Cleggett up in the air. Gives it right back to Price. As Bean puts it back in LCU territory. Olden goes to the left side. And LCU very much favoring the left side with Olden here tonight. As Price just missed her step with that one. And not able to get a clean hit of that to tie the game back up at 9 apiece. So here we go now. Elizabeth Boyer. Low flying serve right there as Cleggett goes back over. Excellent hit by Wilson. Back to Price, and Price will score for LCU. So Madeline Lutke will check in, which means Jordan Price set back to serve. And Price can't clear the net with that one. We have ourselves a double-digit 10-10 game. So Autumn Wilson, the junior from Reno, Nevada, by far the furthest traveling member to join the Blackburn College Beavers, but good spot right there, and LCU scores to reclaim the lead. We have a very back-and-forth contest right now. Neither team, I think the largest lead of this set right now has been 2. Here we go now, Carissa Bowman back to serve, 11 serving 10. Price, and nobody underneath that one, and we're back to an 11-11 a ball game. is Kylie Martin, number 11. There's a lot of 11s right now checking in. Set back to serve, number 8, Lucy Magnuson. Her serve, returned by Price. Up to Bowman. Bowman gives it right back to Olden. Price, in the middle to Bowman. Hall takes a swing. Access to 9 there, and LCU not able to return the ball back over the net. And Blackburn reclaims the lead, 12-11. So Magnuson still on the serve. But that ball, too much English there, and it is a 12-12 ball game. Here now, Phoebe Olden. And Bowman hits in the air. Olden tries to hit it with her foot, but can't quite get it back up in the air. So a 1-point lead once again for the Beavers. So now Sabrina Kelsey, the setter from St. Charles, Missouri, back in service. 13 serving 12. Price up in the air to Bowman. Bowman left side to Bologna. Bologna throws it back over into Beaver territory. Back row hit there by Elizabeth Boyer. Gives it back to the Red Lions. Price back to Blackburn. To Kuhn. Kuhn, a very violent hitter in the front row for the Red Lions. Bowman not going to be able to take a hold of that one. And now a 2-point lead for Blackburn College. We're going to Sabrina Kelsey in service, 14 serving 12. Bowman in the middle to Kuhn. Kuhn has it blocked, but Blackburn going to retain. Bowman once again back to Kuhn, and Kuhn halts the Beaver run and make it now 14-12, or 14-13, excuse me. So Karis Horton, transfer from Brescia University, back to serve. Good access tonight right there. And the point going to go to LCU to tie things back up by 14. So Karis Horton back to serve, 14 all. That serve, a high lofty one, shallow Blackburn territory. Horton, Bowman, and Price get it over to return by the Beavers. Kelsey gets it in the middle that time to Boyer, and Boyer met by a block party by LCU. But ball landing firm on the logo on the red territory. So now 15 serving 14. Kuhn gets it over, and that lands in bounds. It is once again 15 all. Here we go now. Franny Knoll back to serve, one of the better servers in all of NAIA volleyball. And she does her job and gives the LCU a 1-point lead. So here we go now. 16 serving 15. Karis Horton, Lee Cleggett gives left side to Bologna. Bologna not going to be able to get him over the net. But off the tip, it is good return right there. Horton, free ball up in the air. Bologna gets it back in the middle. And Blackburn returns it. Both teams being pretty scrappy so far, and LCU on the long volley gets a 2-point advantage, make it 17-15. So here we go now, 17, serving 15. Franny Null on the serve. And Wilson can't put that one back up in the air. And LCU now with a 3-point advantage, make it 18-15. Timeout, Blackburn College. And we'll be back in just a moment here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back after the timeout. LCU with a 3-point advantage, 18-15 here in set number 3, as they have found themselves in a good spot, being down 2-0 here in set number 3. So here we go now. Price gets it up Bologna. Bologna returns it back over. Wilson in the middle. Cleggett in the middle of Price. Price takes a swing, but that lands out of bounds. And off the appeal by LCU, they're not going to give the tip. It looked very close up here. But I'm not getting paid to officiate. I'm just getting paid to talk about it. So here we go. 16 serving 18. Olden, Cleggett. Cleggett goes right side of Bologna. Bologna pushes it back over to Blackburn territory. Boyer gives it right back to LCU. Free ball at the net. It's just like that, the lead down to 1 for LCU, make it 18-17. So Kylie Marty, set and serve. Null pushes into the back row. Marty goes over to Bean. Bean puts it back in LCU territory. And access denied, a couple of blockers coming way up Jordan Price, and we have an 18-all ball game. So Marty set to serve. Net ball not returned. And now Blackburn with a 1-point advantage, make it 19-18. And Coach McCallie gonna tell a timeout as things are heating up here in the Laughlin Center, and we will be right back. Coming out of the timeout by Coach McCauley. LCU trails 18-19 here in the latter stages. Upset number 3. Marty on the serve for Blackburn. Claggett pushed in the air. Bologna tries to run it back. Good effort there by Olden to put it back into play. And a desperate heave right there by Kylie Marty. And LCU has tied it once again at 19-all. As Emily King will check back in for the Lady Beavers. It's Tracy Bologna now set to serve. As Wilson goes out of bounds, and LCU now 5 points away from taking their first set of the contest. But the officials going to get together to discuss something. So we have a captain appeal. And here we go, 20 serving 19. Bologna gets it back over. Horton digs it up to Claggett. Claggett left side to, that time to Phoebe Olden. Blackburn bucks the ball up in the air, but not over the net. And make it 21-19. So it'll be 21 serving 19 now. As that ball lands inbounds, make it 21-20. All right, here we go. So Olden, here we go, now has it. So it appears they decided to redo a play ago. So trying to get the books in order. And that set was won over. There's a replayed points. So we're trying to make sure the book and scoreboard in order. It should be 21-20 in favor of Blackburn College. The score will stand as 22-21 now. And here we go now. Elizabeth Boyer set to serve things so up for the Beavers. Claggett up in the air, in the middle to Price. Price throws it down, and it is now 22-all. So Madeline Letke checks back in. Jordan Price set to serve, staring at a 22-all game. Reminder, must win by 2 now. First one to 25, but I got to win by 2. Very important step as that time Olden, across her body, scores to make it 23-22 LCU. Here we go now. As that ball lands inbounds, and it is 23-all. And we have a very exciting third set here in the Laughlin Center. Both teams going for their first victory of the season. Here we go now. Libero, Adam Wilson set to serve. In the middle, left side. Ball and lands in Blackburn territory. It is now set point for LCU. (24) serving 23. Student section up on its feet here. Carissa Bowman set to serve. Lofty serve. Got to be returned. Kelsey rips it over on the left side. Access denied. Thrown back over. Hall fights and LCU takes set number 3. So after a back and forth affair, Lincoln Christian University takes set number 3 by a score of 25-23. And this night's not over yet, folks. So after a very exciting set, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back for set number 4 in just a moment. You're watching Red Line Volleyball on the Red Line Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Set number 4 about to get underway after an exciting set number 3. Just tuning in, Blackburn College took set number 1 by way of 25-23 and set number 2 by way of 25-19. But after a very close back-and-forth affair in set number 3, LCU came out victorious by way of score of 25-23. So we play on in set number 4. If LCU is able to hang on, we will have a 5th and final one. And that will be played to 15. If Blackburn College able to squeak by, the match will be over. So here we go. LCU scored first in this one. And again, as they go up 2-0 now. So you're going to have Franny Null on the serve. Wilson hits it up, finds Bean over the left side. Claggett in the middle to Price. Price digs it up there. Claggett left side of Bologna. Bologna stuck up at the net. Ball going to be able to be returned. Claggett again in the middle to Price. Great volley here early in set number 4. Claggett left side of Bologna. And both teams doing an excellent job late in the match. Horton digs it up, gives it over to Melania once again. Neither team wanting to relent on this one. Claggett goes back to the left side. Bologna left to right hit. Price. Bean. And in the middle that time to Magnuson. Great volleyball being played right now. Price goes behind her head. Price and LCU gets the point in the longest volleys of the season for LCU. And they lead 3-0 now. And it is absolutely great if you're on the receiving end of those, but demoralizing to be on the other side after you played great volleyball for several trips around. Not getting a point at the end's got to take all the wind out of the sails as LCU goes up 4-0 here in set number 4. So here we go now. It'll be 4-0. Franny Null on service. Kelsey tips it up. And that time, Casey Bean, a swing and a miss. And the Red Lions go up 5-0, causing Blackburn to call a timeout. LCU off to a hot start here in set number 4. We'll be back in just a moment on the Red Line Network. $5-0 is the score here early in set number 4. Is LCU red hot out of the gate. See if they can continue on with this hot streak where Blackburn have the answer. Franny Null once again, another gem of a serve. Claggett, left side to Bologna. Bologna met by a block party for Blackburn College, but able to be tossed back over. And Blackburn finally able to crack the scoreboard as they still trail 5-1. Here we go now. Autumn Wilson back to serve. Claggett, free ball at the rim, won by Blackburn, and that's thrown back down. Now 5-2 in favor of the Red Lions. Here we go now. Price hits it up. Kelsey goes over that time. Bologna takes a swing. As Blackburn College, after a couple of great passes, goes around, and Jessica Muckensturm gets it over. And scores for LCU. Because all of a sudden, Blackburn College, a little momentum on their side. As they now trail by 1, make it 5-4. Here we go now. Wilson on the serve. Claggett, right side Bologna. Off the net, a little bounce pass right there. Get back over and off the block party by LCU. Blackburn scores and ties the game up at 5 apiece. So 1-5-0 run for another 5-0 run here in this one. Autumn Wilson serves up, dug up that time by Karis Horton. An excellent spotting right there by Jordan Price. Hits it just out of the hands of Olivia Reed. And here we go now, 6 serving 5. Kelsey gives it that time to Muckensturm. And Muckensturm gets the point and ties the game back up at 6-all. So now set back to serve is Lucy Magnuson, the senior from Hampshire, Illinois. Claggett, left side to Olden. Olden hits it up. In Blackburn now have scored 7 of the last 8 points total here in this one. Claggett up in the air, gives it back to Jordan Price. Ball back up in the air. And at the block party for LCU, they claim the point and tie the game back up at 7 apiece. As Carly Herman coming back in. There's Price on the serve. Herman digs it up. Give it to Kelsey. Kelsey tosses it to Muckensturm in the center. But Michaela Fultz not able to hold on to that one. A Blackburn once again with a 1-point advantage over the Red Lions. Claggett finds Horton in the center. And they're going to call a double hit that time by Sabrina Kelsey. And it'll be LCU's point, and we have ourselves once again an 8-8 tie game. So Carissa Bowman, freshman from Lincoln, Illinois, on the serve. And Blackburn once again able to score. And we're back to where we started in set number 3. Both teams inching their way towards that 25 mark. Neither team pulling away by much after a 5-0 start by the Lady Red Lions. Bowman up to Kuhn. Kuhn takes a swing and hits it back over. And great spot there that time by Emily Kuhn to tie the game back up at 9-all. So 9-9. There we go, and out of formation as Blackburn College through LCU reclaims the lead, make it 10-9. So here we go now, 10 serving 9. Phoebe Olden gets it over. Hit up that time by Kelsey. Kelsey gives it back over to Boyer, and Boyer gets it just out of the reach of the red line defenders. And it's back to being a timeout game at 10-all. So Kylie Marty, the sophomore from Shelbyville, Illinois, set to serve. High rainbow serve. Kicks it up for LCU as Emily Kuhn, and after a couple Blackburn defenders, scores, and LCU back to a 1-point advantage, making it 11-10. So that'll bring up the senior Karis Horton, the 5'1" senior from Albion, Illinois. Albion, Illinois, 11 serving 10. A great spot right there by Elizabeth Boyer, as she has had 2 kills now in as many trips as she's gotten the ball for the Lady Beavers. And she will go back up into service. It is 11-all. Boyer, the junior from Shelbyville, Indiana. As too much sauce on that one, goes out of bounds. LCU reclaims a 1-point advantage, make it 12-11. And checking into the game for the Red Lions, Franny Knoll and Lee Cleggett, the Hebron, Indiana, and Kankakee, Illinois natives. Here we go now. Knoll on the serve. Goes right to left with that one. Back in control now is the Red Lions. Olden hits it up. Going to be returned that time by Casey Bean, but Bean, too much weight room with that one, sails out of bounds. And it'll be now 13-11 in favor of the Lady Red Lions. As Knoll not able to get a full swing on that one. And the lead cut down once again to 1. It is be 12 serving 13. Autumn Wilson on the serve. Cleggett waiting to put that one back up in the air. It's controlled by the Beavers. But that goes out of bounds. Got his land within the white line on the hardwood. And they failed to do that there. So LCU with the 2-point advantage. It'll be 14 serving 12. Tracy Melania, the sophomore from Havana, Illinois, to serve. A bullet serve at that. Going to be dug up and returned. And Melania can't quite get a good, clean look at that one. And it's now 14-13. As Michaela Fultz will check back in for LCU, and Kylie Marty will check in for Blackburn. Set back to serve for Blackburn is Lucy Magnuson. Olden takes a swing. Right back to her. It returns it. Block party by LCU, scores for the Red Lions to push the lead once again back up to 2. As Carly Herman, number 4, checks back in for Blackburn, which means Jordan Price set to serve things for LCU. And Price puts that one into the net. And it's now 15-14 in favor of LCU. So Sabrina Kelsey now set to serve, number 15. High arced serve. Nearly almost out of bounds. And Phoebe Olden with a thunderous slam. LCU's lead once again goes back up to 2. So Cleggett and all out. Bowman and Kuhn in. Carissa Bowman set to serve. Kelsey puts it up into the air. Gonna be dug up in return. Olden tries to slam it down with force and gets the solid push. And LCU now lead back up to 3, make it 17-14. So Carissa Bowman set to serve things up for the Red Lions. And that serve goes out of bounds, says line judge Jace Loebner. As the LCU run halted at least momentarily, it'll be 15 serving 17. Bowman up in the air to that time to Olden, and that goes out of bounds to make it 17-16. So Jessica Muckensturm on the serve. Kuhn takes a swing, and that's good. And Emily Kuhn is a kill machine here tonight at the Laughlin Center. So here we go now. Phoebe Olden set to serve, 18 serving 16. Here we go now. Olden hits it up. Melania with the hook shot almost like in basketball. Gets it back over the net. Price hits over to Jocelyn Hall, and Jocelyn Hall returns it. An excellent spot right there by Elizabeth Boyer. And it's now 18-16. So you know Kylie Marty set to serve. Excuse me, 18-17. As a sophomore from Shelbyville, Illinois, Kylie Marty now set to serve, trailing by 1. And Marty awarded with the ace. And it's now 18 all. Kylie Marty once again. And this lineup made a big push last set. See if Blackburn can take a hold or LCU can stand their ground. And a double hit that time by Carissa Bowman. And Blackburn back in control. They go up 19-18 here in the latter stages of set number 4. So Marty on the serve. A bullet serve. Bologna pits it up. Bowman in the middle to Kuhn. And Kuhn slams it down to tie it back up at 19 apiece. Emily Kuhn has been the answer tonight for LCU. Here we go now. Kara Sorton to serve. 19 all. Both teams just 6 points away from taking the set. Block party by LCU goes out of bounds, and LCU now just 5 points away from taking set number 4 and pushing set 5. Here we go. Kara Sorton set to serve. Kelsey gets it back over. Bowman in the air to Olden. Olden goes right side to Kuhn. And Kuhn once again is money in the front row for LCU. 21-19 in favor of the Red Lions. And right now, Emily Kuhn making her fair share, or making her fair statement resume to be the Jack of Slab player of the game, but still a lot of volleyball to be played left. Wilson hits it up. Blackburn back in control. Here we go now. Price throws it back over. And on the block party by LCU, that goes out of bounds. And Blackburn pulls the game back into within 1. What a very exciting volleyball matchup we got going on here tonight at LCU in the Laughlin Center. Boyer on the serve. Bowman kicks it back to Olden. Here we go now. Bowman back to Kuhn. Kuhn takes a swing and hits. And Emily Kuhn is on fire right now for the Red Lions. (22-20) for LCU. With one of the best servicemen in all of NAI coming at you, Franny Knoll. And Knoll dishes one up. Claggett kicks it back to Melania. Melania pushes it home. And good spot right there is Lucy Magnuson to halt the run for a moment, make it 22-21. Here we go now. Libero Adam Wilson for the Beavers. Claggett in the middle to Price. Price tries to push it down, met by double blockers, and nobody going for that one. A severe miscommunication turned out to be costly, as it is now 22-all. Here we go now. Wilson coming in. Claggett, left side to Price. Price dressed out of the hand that time is for Emily King. And LCU now just 2 points away from taking set number 4. Tracy Melania set to serve. 23 serving 22. Free ball up in the air, lands in Blackburn territory. Melania into Claggett, back over to Olden. Olden swings and scores! Set point for the Red Lions. And Blackburn calls timeout. And we got ourselves a comeback here in the Laughlin Center. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Red Line Network. Welcome back, and it is set point here in set number 4. If LCU able to score right here and hold on, we go to set number 5, and the comeback continues. Tracy Melania back at service. Here we go. Tosses it up. That one lands in bounds. They're going to say that was tipped. So here we go now, 24-23. Reminder, gotta win by 2. Set to serve for Blackburn, Lucy Magnuson. Claggett, left side to Olden. Olden swings and scores, and we're going to set number 5. We are going to set number 5 here in the Laughlin Center. So the comeback continues, and we'll be back in just a moment for set number 5 on the Red Line Network. Coming back in, ladies and gentlemen, we have set number 5. And this is equivalent to a Game 7 on a nightly basis here in a volleyball matchup. You missed the first 4. Blackburn College took set 1 and 2 by a score 25-23 and 25-19. But LCU, with a pair of 25-23 wins, have won the previous 2 sets, which means we're in set number 5. Winner take all goes home with victorious with their first win of the season. First one to 15 wins. Here we go. Freddie Knoll opens it up. And Blackburn will score. They go up 1-0. And here we go. Autumn Wilson now. Set up now. Claggett in the middle to Price. Price gets it over. Left side that time to Bean. Bean goes back to Olden. Olden, left side to Bologna. Free ball at the net is won by the Beavers. And they go up 2-0. So Blackburn showing some steam here. So Autumn Wilson on the serve. Knoll puts it back in favor, and that goes behind the scores table. And right now, Blackburn a 5th of the way home. Here we go. Wilson still in service. 3-0. Claggett in the middle right now to Jordan Price. And Price, they're saying landed in bounds. So LCU gets the point. Here you go now, Tracy Melania, 1 serving 3. Melania gets it up and over. Claggett, left side to Olden. Olden off the block, and it is now 3-2. Lead cut down to 1. And especially in set 5 going to 15. Pressure is even more exponential than in a normal set. You got 10 less points to get as Bologna throws it into the net. It's now 4-2 in favor of Blackburn College. So here we go now. 4 serving 2. Back to services, Lucy Magnuson. And club time, Phoebe Olden takes a swing and scores for your Red Lions. So back in service now, the senior from Fulton, Illinois, Jordan Price. Goes left to left with that one. Is that one? Too much weight room on that one. And it's now tie at 4 apiece. You get Jordan Price on the serve. Here we go now. Hall gets it into Olden. That goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Beavers. And it's now 5-4. LCU a third of the way home here in set number 5. Here we go. Olden nearly puts it out of the reach right there by Herman, but we play on. Hall takes a swing, hit up by Libero Wilson. They give and go right back in favor, and Olden with the fancy footwork keeps it alive for the Red Lions. Price goes up to Claggett, left side Phoebe Olden, she swings and scores for the Red Lions. Phoebe Olden coming alive here in set number 5. And LCU with a 2-point advantage, make it 6-4. Price on the serve. Oh, and a little miscommunication at the net. It's now 6-5. As Blackburn scores to halt the run. As Horton checks back in. Set back to serve now is Sabrina Kelsey, the junior from St. Charles, Missouri. Here we go now. Hall takes a swing. Hit right back into red line territory. They'll reset and play on. Here we go now. Null. Then to Claggett. And LCU definitely touched up their defense here in the latter stages of tonight as Null gets it back and over. And that hit just out of the reach. As Alyssa Boyer takes a good shot at that one. And it's now tied at 6-all. And here we go. Sabrina Kelsey now. As Olden on the left side takes a hit right back in. Good defense that time by Jordan Price. It's Wilson up in the air to Boyer. Boyer back to Price. Claggett in the middle to Jocelyn Hall, and Jocelyn Hall gets the kill. And here we go. Bowman and Kuhn come in, and the fans are up. Emily Kuhn, several kills tonight. Carissa Bowman set to serve, 7 serving 6. Kelsey hit it right back, met by a couple blockers behind the Red Lions. And Hall not able to put that one back up in the air, and we're tied bats again at 7 apiece. So here we go now, Jessica Muckensturm. So here we go now. The freshman from Bellevue, Illinois, by way of Bellevue West High School, Jessica Muckensturm, set to serve. That's way too much English on that one. That sails out of bounds, make it 8-7. And Phoebe Olden, now the sophomore from Groveland, Illinois, by Morton High School, set to serve. Here we go. Bowman hits it over that time, and Emily Kuhn once again gets it home for LCU. And she's doing her job tonight. Timeout taken by Blackburn College. As LCU now leads 9-7. We'll be back in just a moment on the Red Line Network. As we're coming down to the wire here in set number 5. LCU leads 9-7. Remember, first one to 15 takes the match and walks out with their first victory of the season. Here we go now. Olden on the serve. Kelsey, free ball at the net. Kuhn takes a swing and once again scores off the tip from Blackburn College. Red Lions just 5 points away. Here we go now. Bowman, left side of Bologna. Bologna hit right back up in the net. Olden to Kuhn. Kuhn takes a swing. That's going to be dug up and returned. A rare return hit by the Blackburn off of Emily Kuhn. But LCU able to score, touching the pool on the near side. And it's now 11-7. Here we go now. Olden serve. Hit up that time by Marty. Marty gives it over the Red Lions. Bowman back to Kuhn. Kuhn swings. That's going to be returned. Marty once again. Bowman back to Kuhn. Kuhn's hit right back in. Hall tries to nudge it in and does. And the pair of freshmen up front getting stuff done for LCU. Timeout, Blackburn College. As LCU now leads 12-7. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the Red Line Network. Welcome back in the latter stages of tonight's match as LCU has opened up a 5-point advantage here in do or die set number 5. It'll be 12-5. Phoebe Olden back in the saddle for the Red Lions. And here we go now. Kelsey in the middle to Boyer. Bowman goes right back to Bologna on the left side. Good defense, but miscommunication, and it's now 13-7. Good block that time, goes right up. Emily Kuhn, and after a block party done by the Beavers. Here we go now. Kylie Marty on the serve. Flatline serve, but does the trick. Bowman into Kuhn. Kuhn has it rejected. Here we go now. Hit back up in the air. Kuhn right behind her head. One more point. Here we go. Karis Horton set to serve. Lofty serve. 14-18 in favor of the Red Lions. Goes back into Blackburn territory. Wilson throws back to Bean. Good effort there as Bowman hits it up. Over to Bologna. Bologna throws, and that goes out of bounds. So here we go. The momentum halted for a moment. It'll be 9 serving 14. Elizabeth Boyer been rock solid all night. Throws it up, and it will be returned. Bowman into Price. Price pushes it back home. Here we go. Bowman back over to Kuhn. Kuhn gets it up. Good hustle play right there by the Beavers to keep this one alive. Free ball at the rim. And Carissa Bowman is in the net. Here we go, hit up that time. Kuhn, and it's over. It's over. LCU completes the comeback. They win 15-10. So after dropping the first 2 sets, LCU goes on a 3-0 run to take the match tonight. And that'll conclude tonight's action. Thank you so much for tuning in as LCU gets to their first victory of the season. And from all of us here at the Red Line Network, thank you for tuning in on behalf of Sports Information Director Robbie Tucker and Athletic Director Kristen Lowry. I'm the Assistant Sports Information Director Jared Glassford saying so long, folks. See you on Thursday at 7 o'clock as the LCU Red Lions take on the Trojans of Hannibal LaGrange University. Have a great night.